Welcome to the first ever episode of Algorithm Anchor, the daily show that gives you all the latest updates about social media. Whether you're a social media marketer, a content creator, or even just a viewer wanting to know what's going on, this is the show for you. My name is Sold, and we've got quite a few interesting topics we're going to be covering today, such as T-Series hitting 250 million subscribers on YouTube, MrBeast's response to that, some more kick drama involving Ice Poseidon, more updates on the Kwebbelkop AI system, a possible update to Ludwig's truffle extension, and some updates about Twitter and TikTok sharing some office space. We're going to be going over all of that, of course, along with a few more miscellaneous things. First of all, as I just mentioned, huge congratulations to T-Series for being the first ever YouTube channel to reach 250 million subscribers, which is obviously a huge landmark. They even uploaded a commemorative video to celebrate the occasion titled 250 million strong, thank you for your incredible support. So obviously they're also celebratory about reaching 250 million subscribers, which is crazy because that's 250 million people. That's absolutely insane. Random thing to mention, the video is only 30 seconds long. It's just a little it's a very short celebratory video, but I still think it's nice that they did something. Now, the question on everyone's mind though is, how did MrBeast respond? MrBeast has been in a little bit of a sub war with them recently. MrBeast officially even stated that they're now in a sub war against T-Series, and I would guess in a year's time, MrBeast might actually pass T-Series. I'm not exactly sure on what the exact projections are, but MrBeast is definitely aiming to pass T-Series soon. So someone pointed out that T-Series hit 250 mil, and MrBeast actually responded to it saying that's the last major milestone they'll be the first to hit, with a little silly face emoji. So obviously MrBeast is after T-Series here. Of course, this whole post is all very fun and everything like that, but I don't think MrBeast is lying. I genuinely think T-Series will not be the first channel to hit 300 million. I think that 100% belongs to MrBeast. In the other big news of the day, we have Kick drama, because of course we do. If you're not familiar with Kick, basically it's a newer alternative streaming service, an alternative to Twitch that is, and it's been gaining a lot of popularity lately considering they have a 95-5 revenue split. So 95% of the revenue is going to creators, so it's actually been making quite a bit of waves in the market. However, considering it's an alternative, they've been allowing a lot more on their platform than a lot of other platforms, and it's led to some more controversial associations with the platform. The newest update in this does not help them shake that reputation. The streamer Ice Poseidon, whose names you might recognize from controversies in the past, who I actually believe is banned off YouTube and Twitch, and that's why they're on Kick now, has made some very interesting decisions with what to do on stream. I'm going to read out a tweet by Jake Lucky just to summarize exactly what's going on, starting in quote, "Ice Poseidon and Sam Pepper found a viewer off the street, took him back to their hotel room, ordered him an escort, and then proceeded to hide in the room next door and live stream the two groping each other in front of 20,000 viewers. Although she was told about the stream, it's pretty clear that if you watch it back how unbelievably uncomfortable she was, especially when she tried to leave and the random attempted to block the door before Ice told him he shouldn't do that. This content is so weird and disgusting, it's a shame this is what's popping on Kick." End quote. And while this tweet misses a little bit of context, it's pretty much on the nose, actually. It still doesn't seem that appropriate in any way to just hire someone for sex work and then have just a random viewer and that sex worker just grope each other on stream. It gets even more disturbing when you realize that the random viewer tried to block the escort from leaving the building, which is obviously a huge no-no, and Ice Poseidon actually had to step in to stop him from doing that. A lot of people calling it practically sexual assault to stop the woman from leaving, even if it was eventually resolved, and also them just groping each other on stream for a while. And now you might be wondering, why is Kick being particularly blamed for this instead of Ice Poseidon? Ice Poseidon is super controversial. Why is Kick being blamed for this besides it just being hosted on their platform? Why is Kick being particularly targeted here? And that's because the CEO of Kick was in the chat of the stream just jeering the whole thing on. What? That's absolutely absurd. And that's what's particularly gotten a lot of attention on this. I mean, Kick streams all the time are in controversy and causing all types of problems. But the actual CEO of Kick, cheering this type of behavior on in a stream on their platform has made a lot of people very upset. In response to this, Ice Poseidon has actually put out a post clarifying some things on the subject. First of all, they were accused of having a hidden camera on the room and that they weren't aware it was a live stream, which was false, and that they got arrested afterwards. In reality, apparently they got swatted afterwards. But after clarifying these two things, they basically blamed it on Twitter cancellation and said that the content was fully legal, which might be true, I guess. I'm not a legal expert, but it still seems messed up to me regardless. In response to this, Kick has put out a post saying, "There's incredible untapped potential in what live streaming has to offer. We're firm believers that the greatest days of live streaming are yet to come. With that said, community and public safety cannot be compromised in the process of making content. We're continuously learning where this balance sits and making changes daily. We appreciate our community for the continuous feedback, both the good and the bad. We'll keep you updated on the upcoming changes to community guidelines and subsequent enforcement measures." So that's Kick's response to that. In case you're curious, Ice Poseidon, their stream is currently up. I believe they're doing like a 24/7 live stream for a while now. So the content's still up. They're still like actively streaming, and they haven't suffered any injury aside from like social injury. In other news, YouTuber Kwebbelkop has released an update to the Kwebbelkop AI system. If you're not familiar, basically Kwebbelkop is a big gaming YouTuber with between 10 and 20 million subscribers. And like fairly recently, like in the last year or so, they decided to switch from like physically filming themselves on top of their gaming content, like in a face cam, to literally implementing an AI VTuber into their content. Now, they did some tests on some other channels before doing this, but currently, if you go to the Kwebbelkop channel, there is a AI VTuber running it. I'm not exactly sure how much of the content is AI, but I believe all the VTubers' reactions are all AI generated, which a lot of people have taken a lot of interest to, and they've got a lot of hate saying that they're ending content creation and they're going to kill all the jobs, which is a fair argument to make, that when you're literally replacing an entire content creator with AI, that means possibly other people can be replaced. This has gotten a lot of hate. People didn't really like the AI VTuber, so they decided to take it down and then launch an all new one. This new one, they're no longer doing it with a VTuber. They're going to be using like more AI deep fakey technology to create Kwebbelkop in person, talking and doing stuff, I'm assuming with a face cam or with a green screen behind them, but now it'll be an actually human person, or at least it'll appear to be. So they're scrapping the VTuber, and now they're using an AI video of Kwebbelkop with the AI Kwebbelkop voice. Currently, the voice doesn't exactly line up with the lips, but Kwebbelkop says they're working on it. So it'll be really interesting to see, will people just go with this? Will they know that it's an AI person running this channel? Will the new people watching the channel even notice that this is an AI person running it? I mean, probably not, which is absolutely insane. I'll keep you guys updated on how Kwebbelkop AI does as it continues to evolve. Something else you might find interesting is that TikTok's Irish branch will start leasing out 4 out of the 5 floors at X or Twitter's office in Dublin. In my opinion, this kind of shows which social media companies are on top, because which company is actively paying for more space and then which company is giving up space. It is important to note that it is probably due to the lack of people in the Twitter office that allowed them to give up this space, because they used to have 500 people and now they have under 100 people apparently, which is funny because now the building will be far majority TikTok. Not only 4 out of 5 floors, but TikTok is moving in 600 employees to that location. In other news, Twitch CEO Daniel Clancy met up with a few streamers in Nashville. Daniel Clancy seems to be a lot more active in the Twitch world than the previous CEO, so I'm honestly a fan of it. I mean, he said some wild stuff too as a more active CEO, but aside from a few of those weird things, I generally like the Twitch CEO interacting with more streamers like this. Something else for all you YouTube live streamers out there, Truffle is experimenting with an all-new update. If you're not familiar with Truffle, basically YouTube live streamer Ludwig made an extension to make YouTube essentially more like Twitch, just because YouTube is so much of a bigger company that they put out streaming updates a lot slower, and thus far YouTube is just lacking a lot of the streaming features that Twitch is. So Ludwig actually made an extension, like a little literal Chrome extension, to give streamers a few of those features back if they ever switched from Twitch or any other platform to YouTube. And what they're currently trying to do is an all-new update that'll actually like change the entire theme of the chat, which I think is a really cool idea. Essentially, someone will do a donation and then entire chat will be covered in like hearts or something like that. It's an all new idea on how to have something physically happen in the stream as a reward for a donation, and I think it's an absolutely great idea. I'm a big fan of that. So yeah, that's what's up with the possible new Truffle update. And yeah, that's your daily social media news. Follow, like, subscribe, or I don't know what it is on whatever platform you're watching, but do one of those things. And yeah, tune in tomorrow for your daily social media update.